Guys, it is Friday. Hopefully, it's a fun day for you. I thought it would be good to ask the question: Are you having fun? Hey guys, it is Friday. Are you having fun? Oh, well, there we go. We're getting an echo there. There we go. All right. Are you having fun tonight? Hopefully, you are. I just thought, coming on here would be good. And what I was getting at here tonight was I was talking to Mo, one of my business colleagues, and we were talking, going back and forth, and sharing with, you know, who do I love serving, and I love to serve people that enjoy, have fun. Hopefully, that's most people, but I'm really fun-loving, energetic. Sometimes that's not for everybody. I get that, and the reason I said, are you having fun yet?" is oftentimes we find ourselves in jobs or careers where we've lost the fun factor, right? We've lost that exciting, I get excited, the energy that you really want to get up and do this work, right? And so if you're struggling with that, I found, honestly, sometimes we find ourselves, we've drifted into some work, or we've drifted into doing tasks that are really not the best suited for us, really aren't the best of our talents, abilities, our skills. And so we start to go into drudgery mode. How many of you, maybe if you're in a leadership role, or you're a manager or supervisor, you really start to lose the fun, the enjoyment of the work you're doing, because you keep taking on things, and you're struggling with, like, delegating or getting that to the right person on your team, because you're like, oh man, I've got to do it. And then it zaps the fun factor. I've learned over years to pivot from that as soon as you can, because honestly, life is short, and you want to have the energy and drive to keep you going. And if you are getting burned out, you're losing that momentum of having that fun factor, like I said, uh, it's not sustainable. And what I find oftenly is, then people try to go find another job, which is the same kind of work, because they've done this kind of work for a long time, or they're familiar with this type of work. And again, it's kind of becomes drudgery. And I would say, in the giant language, we kind of have this tool, the 70-30 tool, where 70% of the time we want you in the place where you're doing your natural, what I'd call preferred behavior, versus presented. We can do a lot of things, all of us. We're very capable human beings. That's why I have the Intelligent Human Leadership podcast. If you guys haven't had a chance to listen to that, please check it out. But coming on here and encouraging you, like, are you having fun? Are you enjoying the work you're doing? Because if you're not, if the majority of the time you're in that, what I call the 30% of the time, or roughly. So it's not the majority of your time, it's the minority of your time. Might I say minority of time, but the where you're spending a lot of effort or energy, and it's not bringing you joy, it's not bringing you excitement, it's drudgery, it's, oh man, and I get this task put on me. I don't know how to delegate that, or there's not somebody to delegate to. How do I handle this? Um, and I almost got burned out at one point. Years ago, I had this massive project. For those of you in my biology world, TRTP, Edison work. Anyways, it was a massive project, multi-million dollars, lots of people, and I learned I had to delegate. I had to find people on the team in order to support me, number one, as the project manager, and also help them do well. And it got me in a much better place. I figured out where I was my sweet spot, where I could actually do the most impact, be the most effective. I recognize sometimes I could be efficient on some things, but that wasn't the best use of my time or energy. And this really came up for me in previous company I was with. Angela DePoli and Vargas was a great experience for me, and I got to learn different roles and evolutions of a company from. I did a lot of things, but I kept getting refining and refining down what was my best skills, what were my best talents, what were I naturally gifted at, where were my strengths, and I started to pull away from my weaknesses. I started to pull out, kind of like weeds. Think about weeds like pop up in a garden. We all have them, and but they're not, you know, if you don't pay attention to that, you're letting these weeds kind of overtake things, and you really want to make sure that your strength comes through, right? And when you're in your strength, when you're in your sweet spot, you're going to have fun, you're going to be enjoying the work you do, and those around you pick up on that energy. They also pick up on the reverse. When you're not having fun, when you're drudgery, when you're worn out, when you're burned out, you're going to also see that, and it's a naturally, unfortunately, a repellent. Most people don't enjoy being around that kind of energy, and when you're just not fun to be around, right? We want to encourage you, and through Steward Your Business and my Steward Yourself program, um, part of that program is getting to know yourself better, um, and understand where are your own skills, talents, and abilities. What are you best at, and help cleaning off, getting the weeds out, dusting off things, if you will, that you're doing that are not in your best interest, maybe. Not certainly that you should be focusing on, but that you can be delegated to, or candidly, here's an idea. Maybe you shouldn't do it at all. I mean, like it shouldn't be done. Just because it can be done doesn't mean it should be done. And sometimes we find ourselves working on things that really don't mean that much. And so, though you may be working on things that are important or real, or excuse me, unimportant, that are not urgent, and sometimes you need somebody to look at that, hold up a mirror, and say, "Is that really that important? Why is it important to you?" Asking you some critical questions. And what I found I really enjoy and appreciate. When I say enjoy, I've leaned into it. Um, I do enjoy it now, but every week I come together with my own coaching group, and we do a return report, what's working, what's not working. And oftentimes what I find is the things that aren't working are things that we're just not motivated to, we're not excited, our energy is not there, um, because it really we don't have a passion for it ultimately. And so if you don't have a passion for it and you're just being piled on, right? You're going to have challenges there. I've been there, and I think particularly when you get moved up into some kind of supervisory role or leadership role, you start to oh, let's add these things onto you, add these things onto you by default. Now, some of them may absolutely need to be done, but oftentimes you can find ways to delegate or adjust those, and again, hopefully bring back the fun. So I want to make sure that you can have fun in what you're doing and enjoying the work that you're doing, and coming home not completely drained at the end of the day, but actually energized about the people you got to help. You're finding the right people, the right clients, the right type of work, and you're removing that work that isn't in alignment with you or potentially the company you work with. I mean, so how many of you have had to quote unquote fire a client, if you will? Sometimes you have to do that because they're not like who do you get to serve? There's only so many people you can serve, and there's only so much time in the day. And I would say, find those people that really need your skills, talents, and abilities, and do that work. And that's where I'm here to help you. So that's why Star Wars is here. We thought we would do some fun here on a Friday fun day. I hope you guys have a great weekend. If this resonates with you, or you're watching this again and you think, man, I want to bring the fun back, reach out to me. Let's talk. I do free discovery calls. I can share some of the tools and resources in a little deeper depth with you, and then we can see if getting you unstuck from the drudgery or the kind of the things of every day that you're dealing with, get you into a place where you're more of your 70, where you're in your sweet spot, doing the things you truly love and enjoy. Appreciate you guys jumping on with me this evening. I wish you all the best. Have an amazing weekend, and I will talk to you all later.